Mapala went up from Merakia Gimel Adal, right? Next word for you. Ukdiisa. Ukdiisa. Who knows this word? Ukdiisa. Anyone know it? Ukdiisa. So the u is the prefix of and. Ke is the prefix of like. And the isa is the same word we had right on the top of the page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words into the thing. Isa. Remember? Isa b'medrash? Who can remind me what's Isa b'medrash mean on the top page?
Brought down.
It's brought down. Let's put this together. Ukdi Isa. And like it's brought down, right? Who could figure out the abbreviation? We've had it before. It's the same as the top line. Ukdi Isa. What's the abbreviation for Beis Mem Dal Reish?
Can you repeat? I don't understand what does it mean.
Ukdiisa is the same word we had on top. Go to the fifth line of the top. Show them where the fifth word is on the mimer on top. A little bit earlier.
The Midrash Rabbah, right?
Yeah.
In the Midrash.
We had on top over here. We started the mimer. Basi, Legani, Isa. Isa means it's. What's Isa mean? It's brought down. It's brought down. The Isa is the same word, and like it's brought down.
Okay.
It's like a visa.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The Isa. What's the next abbreviation stand for?
B'midbar?
B'medrash.
B'midrash Rabbah.
Rabbah. Very good.
Okay.
That means
Like it's brought down in the Medrash Rabbah, right?
Okay. Ayin Fe.
Rabbah means
It's Rabbah means big.
big.
It's the name of a book. Medrash Rabbah, yeah. Al Ayin Pei stands for Al Pasuk. Al Pasuk means on the verse.
Pasuk verse.
It's brought down in the Medrash Rabbah, the verse, right? And now we're going to quote a verse from Chumash. If you know it, great. If you don't, I'll help you out. Who wants to try to read it? Vayishma eskoil havaya elokim mishalech began. That's the verse, right?
Listen.
What's Vayishma mean? And it was from the word Shema.
It's listen.
It was
to listen.
Yes, it was heard.
It was heard.
It was heard, which is very close to the word listen. Very good. The Yishma as koil avaya, and it was heard. The koil. Who knows what a koil is?
The main point.
A what?
Main point.
Koil is a voice.
Oh, coil is a voice.
Yep. New word. Write it down. If you don't know what koil, write it down. And it was heard. The koil. What's Havaya Elokim mean?
Volcoil.
Huh?
Volcoil. Coil.
Maybe that's where it comes from. What's Havaya Elokim stand for?
Hashem.
God. It was heard. The koil of Elokim, right? Next line, first word of the seventh line down. Mishalech began. What's the word mishalech mean? What's the word holech mean?
Normal.
No, holech. What is a holech? Like lech lecha. Very similar word.
To
Go.
To go.
So the verse says v'yishma as kol of havaylo kim mishalech began. It was heard the voice of God going in the garden. Now, going in the garden, right? We're going to comment on this verse. Amar Rav Ava, the olive resh stands for Amar Rav. Amar Rav Ava. Rav Ava says a very big sage. Mehalech.
From where? No.
Mehalech. The word going, Ein Ksiv Kan. It's not written here. It could have said, it was heard the voice of God going in the garden. Ella, rather, it says mishalech. This is an expression in Hebrew. It says mehalech ein ksiv kan ella mishalech. It doesn't say mehalech, rather it says mishalech. We put a tof after the word mem. Do you see how we do that? If you got that, let me know. If not, I'll show it to you one more time. Rav Ava comments on this verse and says it doesn't say mehalech. Ella, what does it say? Misalech, right? And he translates. What's the next word of the translation? Kofitz ve'azl, kofitz ve'azl. Kofitz means jumping, and azl means going. Kofitz ve'azl. In other words, it was departing. So, let's just give a recap. It says V'yishma es kol havai Elokim mishalach began. It was heard the voice of God going in the garden, right? Amar Rav Ava. Rav Ava says, you know what?
It's a beautiful garden.
Mihalech ein ksiv kan. It doesn't say going, rather mishalech. You know what mishalech means? Not going. It means jumping and springing away. Jumping and springing away.
It's not like jumping.
It was jumping. It was departing. It was leaving. Why was it leaving? Because what was going on? Huh? What was going on? It starts with a ches in Hebrew.
Okay.
Very good.
Was the sin intentional or not intentional?
They knew what they were doing.
They
Yeah.
knew.
He knew. He knew what God said to do. I would say. If you want my answer,
Yeah, it's a good answer. Good question.
if you want my answer, he was a great man formed by the hands of God, literally, Adam Arishon.
Yes.
And the bigger the person you are, the bigger Yetzer Hara you have to make it a fair fight. So he was such a great guy, Adam. So God gave him a very, very big Yetzer Hara.
That's what it means.
Right? God wants something called avodah. What's avodah mean? Work. He wants you to work. He wants you to work on your Judaism. He wants you to work on your translation, how to be able to read Chassidus and Gemara and Halacha and your work. Davening you have to work on. Davening's not easy.
But sorry to interrupt, but then wouldn't be like the bigger you are, the more responsibility you have.
That's for sure.
That's absolutely.
Fulfilling
Big responsibility.
The bigger you are, the more you have responsibility you have. But God will give you a harder challenge. In fact, this. I'll copy the mimer. How many? Okay, ready? You guys are doing great so far. All right? Next abbreviation, right after Kafetz V'Azel, 8 lines down, second word. You guys have had this before, I'm not telling you what it is.
What word are we on?
Ve'achar.
What do you say?
Ve'achar.
Ve'achar kach.
The Akarka means?
You tell me, I'm not
After.
telling you.
Is that?
And after.
And afterwards.
Afterward.
Afterwards, yeah?
I'm gonna get my notebook.
What happens afterwards?
Amdu.
Amdu, from the word amidah.
Oved.
What's amidah mean? We say
Stand up.
Shmon. Oh, very good. See how good you are?
What's it mean?
We stood up.
Amidah is the tefillah which we say when we stand up. That's why it's called the amidah.
Standing? I mean,
Yeah.
So,
So
we
afterwards,
stand.
what happened? Amdu, says the Medrash.
They
Stood
stand.
up. Yeah?
Shiva.
Shiva.
7.
Yes.
Tzadikim.
Tzadikim. Wow. 7 tzadikim stand up or stood up. And what do they do?
The Oridu.
The Horidu. What's the word Horidu? We say in davening, Mashiv Haruchu Moirid Hageshin or Moirid Hatal. What's the word Moirid mean? You guys daven this 3 times a day. You better know what it means. What's Moirid?
Oh,
What's Moirid mean? What's a Yerida?
bring down.
Yes. Give me 5. Bring down.
Bring down the rain.
Very good. Very good.
Okay.
Afterwards, let's put the sentence together. V'achar kach amdu shiva tzadikim. Afterwards, 7 tzadikim stood up. V'hoiridu. And they brought down what? Next 3 words?
The
Yes.
divine providence.
Es.
From
Say
the-
it in Hebrew, please.
Et
V'hoiridu.
השכינה
Es
למטה.
lamata. They drew the Shechina
is
down
to the
below.
We have the Shechina.
למטה c'est to,
Yeah.
up to the down. למטה c'est to the down.
Lamata means down.
Okay.
And horidu means, like he said,
Bring
they
down.
brought it down.
They brought down.
So look what's going on, the Medrash is telling us. You have the divine presence, the Shechina down here in the world, and you have Chedei Tzadas, Kain, Endosh, Mab, all these things, and it's going up, right? And then afterwards, when it went up, you have Tzadikim, Shiva Tzadikim, and they started bringing the Shechina down below.
Why 7?
Why 7? Because it went up to 7 heavens. It went up 7 times. There were 7. It says in the Medrash Rabbah, there were 7 generations of sin, and it took 7 generations of righteous people to bring it down below. Okay. Interesting Medrash. Now we're going to see who are these 7 tzaddikim, or at least some of them.
First one is easy.
Avraham. Wow. What's the first? What's the next word after Avraham mean?
Zaka.
Zocha.
Zacha.
Avram merited, right? He was so meritorious, right?
He's from Zerut. Zaka. Zacha.
Zacha means merit. M-E-R-I-T. You know what merit means?
Zacha?
Do you speak French also?
No.
Zacha?
Schus, yes.
He's the Zerut.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had the schus. He was Zocha, right?
Ve'orid.
The Horid, you know,
He brought
and he
down.
brought it down.
The
Keep
Shechina.
going.
What was the
Esa Shechina, the Shechina.
The last word was
The Horid we had before.
Zehori?
Yeah, we already had it before.
He's being
Horid.
brought down.
Brought down.
It's not. It's without a vav at the end because before it was Zion Tzaddikim with it, plural. Now it's singular. Avram.
Et Shechina.
He brought it down, right?
Merakia.
Mirakia, Zion, Livo.
Lerakia, what it was?
You know Rakia. Ask you from
I forget.
Light. The light.
Heaven.
Heaven.
Rakia is heaven.
Very good. And afterwards, he drew it down from Rakia, Zion Levov, right? Yeah. Keep going. Who was next?
Yitzchak.
The Yitzhak. What did he do? Read it out. Read it, guys.
Mevav lehe.
Very good. He brought it down from Vav Lehei. What's Vav Lehei mean? From which number?
5 to 4.
Nope. Try again.
6 to 5.
6 to 5. So Avram does it from 7 to 6. Yitzchak does it from 6 to 5. And now he skips ahead. Ad. What's the word ad mean?
Until? No.
Till. Yes.
Ki.
Ki Moshe. That it was Moshe. Oh, he skips.
How do you spell
Huh?
Ad?
Until. Ayin Dal.
Ayin Dal.
Until Ki Moshe, right? And what number was Moshe?
Shiu.
Shuashvi. Oh, and he puts in parentheses right after that. Quotes from another Medrash, right? Another Vayikra Rabbah says at the bottom of the page, V'chol hashvin chavivin. Make sure you know this point. All 7ths are cherished. The word chavivin means cherished.
Chavivi?
Yeah, chavivin. Every time you have number 7, something special about being 7. Think about 7, like when God created the world. What was the 7th day of the week? Shabbos. It was special. It's like nothing that you choose. It's kind of like that God makes you number 7, whether you're born 7 or you're created 7th, or you're the 7th day of the week. 7th is very, very special. And that's a Medrash Rabbah. If you see the parentheses, a little star, it takes you down to the bottom of the page. And it says, right? All the 7ths are cherished. And what did he do? Right? 3 more words, and I believe you know them all, so I will not tell you them after the parentheses. What
What he do?
Vehoiridu.
What's that?
Huh?
Oh, Vehoridu. Yeah. He brought down?
Yeah.
Lemata be'aretz.
And he brought it
To the
Lamata Be'aretz.
down to the
Huh?
down to the heart.
And he brought it down Be'aretz. He brought it down in the land. Right? Moshe Rabbeinu merited to bring the Shekhinah down in the land, in the ground. So you got the story? Adam Arishon was the first one who made it go up. And in terms of coming down, there was Avram, Yitzchak, Yankev, etc., all the way till Moshe. And Moshe, he caused the Shekhinah to come. When did he cause it to come down? Who remembers? Doesn't say it over here, but who remembers in history? Who learned in the Chumash? When did the Shekhinah? Huh?
Matan Torah.
Correct. Shekhinah came down by Matan Torah again. There was a divine revelation that every single Jew heard and saw the first two commandments, the first two mitzvahs, Aneicha Hashem Lekecha, Lilecha, were said in front of millions of people, all by Matan Torah. And after that revelation, the revelation continued for the Jewish people. We had something called the Mishkan, which was the traveling tabernacle. And then it went to the Beis HaMikdash in Yerushalayim. And there were miracles which happened in the Beis HaMikdash. Meish merited to bring it down here below. Right? Okay.
So the fact that the Shekhinah wasn't here in the world was the reason why all the generations failed until Abraham.
Until when?
Until Abraham started bringing it down back again.
You needed somebody to be the first one, to step up and get things done and everything. Kind of like, he has something called being complacent. You know what complacent means? Complacent is like, when things aren't going well, I'll just say I don't care. And then you have some guy who steps up and says, you know what, I want to change things. Abraham said, no more nonsense. The world's corrupt. Everybody believes in idols and everything. At 3 years old, there's some opinions, some say it's 40 years old, but he stood up and said, I want to have a relationship with God. I want to do truth. I want to, even though I'm outnumbered, I'm not going to go by what everybody else is doing. I'm going to go by what's correct. And he was successful. Sometimes you have people, these days, and say, I grew up secular, I didn't grow up, not religious people, non-Jews, and they don't believe in God, and my family, and what are they saying, and I should be different. So the question is, look what Avram did. He didn't care what anyone else said or did. He said, I want to do what's truth. When you reach that level where you want to do the truth, it doesn't matter what your friends or your family or people, they're doing the wrong thing. You say, I'm doing the right thing. That's what he did. And because of that, he merited to be the first one to start after so many years of the Shekhinah going up. He was the first one, which is an amazing thing. Moshe is amazing also. He brought it down to the ground. But Moshe would have never done it if it wasn't for Avraham Avinu.
So the seven variety is like Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov.
Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Then there was Levi. Then there was Kahos. Then there was Amram. And then there was Moshe. 7.
But Abraham learned from Shem and from Noah. So Noah, they didn't merit any kind of...
They did it, but they didn't do it at the same level of Avraham. He did it great. Okay, so usually we have like a little class now. Let me just tell the guys, and maybe I'll pull that table here if you guys don't want to help me a little bit.